And so I went to college, graduated college, and while I was going to college, I met my wife, Jaylyn. And she was another big blessing in my life. I always wanted a family, I always wanted to be the dad and take care of my family. But after my car accident, that left a lot of questions in terms of having a family, being capable of having, a family, maintaining a relationship. I didn't think it was possible, to be honest. I really didn't think it was. And and Jaylyn came into my life, and she was a blessing. She made me realize love. How to love someone, how to appreciate someone. And it was crazy when she got pregnant because she was, of course, I thought I couldn't physically have a child. I thought, well, yeah, there's a procedure we can go through, and we can make it happen. And Jaylyn, she was understanding. She's like, oh yeah, someday we'll have a family. And geez, for about a month one time, she was sick, sick every morning. And I got up one morning and I said, you know what, you gotta go back to Brown, you gotta go to IHS and go see the doctor. Something's wrong with you, you're really sick, So her mom comes over here, picks her up, and she calls me on the phone. Charles, I'm pregnant. And I'm sitting in front of my computer and I about dropped the phone. I was just like, what? Pregnant? What? No way. So, man, it was unbelievable. So when we went to the doctor, we got set up with the doctor here in Missoula, going to our appointments. I would express to every doctor, I said, well, doc, in reality, I didn't think it was capable for me to even have a kid. And she said, well, you should have come talk to me, I'd have told you can still have a kid. And I was like, I was just blown away because previously it seemed like I'd seen so many doctors out in Seattle. And to me, it's like they didn't know. They would never give me a straight up answer. Basically, it was a no, or they just didn't know. So when Jaylyn got pregnant and stuff, it was just a total shocker. And becoming a father is probably the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. My daughter, when she was born, I was the first one to hold her. I cut her umbilical cord, I held her, and when I grabbed her, I was looking at her, and I was telling her I love her. She smiled, the biggest smile ever. And I knew from then on, I was like, man, life's gonna be all right, it's gonna be okay. And these are just a few pictures I have of my family. Very proud of my family. There's my daughter right there, actually. So when I graduated college from the University of Montana, December of 2010, I started looking for employment. And I really like Missoula. I've been here for a while. It's a great community. I enjoyed it. And I wanted to stick around here and work. But to find a job in this town, everyone is so educated. I mean, you got guys with PhDs washing dishes, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So for a long time, I really was in search of a job. I couldn't find one, and I seen a job opening. I started looking at jobs back home in Browning. And I seen one down at the college, so I applied for it. And I got it. I got the job, got the interview, I got it. And I started working down at the college. And I always wanted to go back home. It was always a dream of mine to go back home and share my knowledge. Ideally, like the video said, I kind of wanted to get out, do the whole corporate thing, and work for this big agency, and go back, share my knowledge at home and try to help the community and just give back to the community. So I was provided that option a lot sooner than what I intended. I went back and I started working back for a program called the Issksiniip project. And I got some breakouts that I'm presenting at. I'll go a lot more in depth into the Issksiniip project and what it does. Just briefly, it's a scholarship program funded by the Department of Health and Human Services, Health Profession Opportunity Grant. And what it's aimed at is educating, training, and employing individuals, low-income individuals in the healthcare field. You know, what better job could I have? You know, like I said, I always want to go back to the community and give back in some way or another. And what I've been realizing, I've been working there for a little over a year now. And man, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm working in this organization, and this organization is providing opportunities for our people, you know, Blackfeet people, to educate themselves and to, you know, there's a lot of health disparities on the reservations, as you're all well aware of. And when we go to these IHS hospitals, you know, I appreciate IHS and what they do for us, but it's white people taking care of us. And if we could have our own people take care of us, you know, talk about diabetes, talk about cancer, talk about addictions, the people will buy into it a lot more. Because I've been in plenty of hospitals, and you know, it always feels so good to have like you know, someone native take care of you. You know, you kind of getting better, getting healthy is a mental thing. You know, a lot of it is mental. And if we can have our own people take care of us, provide health care for us, it's really going to improve our nation and, you know, our health disparities that we deal with. I honestly believe that a lot of them will start to decline in numbers, and our health will get better. And this is just a picture of one of our students. His name's Alan Gordon, and he started out in the Issksiniip project, and he got his certificate in emergency medical technician, went on to the University of Great Falls, earned a degree as a paramedic, and now he's back at the college teaching EMT class. It's just, I've got to see that full circle with this program, and it's so good, it's rewarding. I mean, Alan, he's a young guy, you know, he's a young guy, he's got a wife, he's got a family, and here he is, he's teaching emergency medical classes to our people, the Blackfeet Nation. And it's just really a rewarding feeling. And like I said, I always wanted to go out and gain this experience and this knowledge off the res, and come back and share it with my people, and eventually, you know, become a leader. What I've realized in working back home now is people, they look to me, you know, actually everybody but one person in my staff, 14 members, everyone's older than me, significantly older than me. And what I've realized is that they look to me for leadership and guidance. And I stepped into that role, and I've accepted it, and it's good, it feels good. You know, I believe that at our organization, that I'm the glue of the organization, you know. Without me, I feel it's incomplete, and to realize that I had these type of qualities, I guess I would have never realized it had I gone down the wrong path, you know, the other path that I was pursuing, you know. Like I said, you know, I didn't figure I'd live to be 25 years old. I figured I'd die, drug overdose, beat to death, car wreck, and I had no problem with that. But when this accident happened and I went down this other path, it was amazing. I mean, I can't believe that people that I work with, you know, I show a lot of respect to the people I work with, and in turn they respect me. And as I said, they look to me for guidance and leadership. So in the future, I really look forward to being a leader for our Blackfeet Nation in whatever capacity or form. You know, as long as I'm giving back to the community, as long as I'm helping out, and I think that's it's kind of where I was intended to be. You know, that I was left here to do. I mean, obviously I made it through the wreck, barely, you know, a miracle, and so I'm here to do something. And this is what I'm here to do, is, you know, give back to my community and lead in whatever way or form it may be. With that, like I said before, I will be doing some breakout sessions, and I'm going to go in depth into the Issksiniip project and what it does and how it's operated. I have a colleague here from the program. She's going to help me. So I look forward. I hope some people will come to our breakout session and hear all about the Issksiniip project. With that, do you have any questions, comments? None? All right, well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.